Well, hey everybody, it's HeapCVA. Thank you for coming to my channel. Welcome. Here we are in tutorial number 3 for 911 First Responders / Emergency 4. So right now we are in what I guess would be the start menu for the game. It's kind of a pager / video device / camera thingy going on at a time when we really didn't have many of those. And so in this tutorial we're going to talk quickly, I don't think it'll take too long, about how to fix a problem in the options menu to get better resolution during your gameplay. So let's go over to options. You know, there's 4 tabs at the top. There's game, graphics, sound, and multiplayer. We're going to go to the second tab over, which is graphics. And you'll see in here that there are some buttons you can push to change the resolution. And as far as I know, the base resolution that the game likes is 800 by 600. And when this game was developed, I imagine that was pretty good. Well, since that point in time, we've come up with better monitors, better resolution, better ratios, video ratios. And so 800 by 600 is actually a rather large image on a screen that's, you know, 1920 by 1080 or bigger, like mine, which is what, 2560 by 1440. And those the ratios, which I have my monitor set at 16:9. I've also been doing some reading that 16:10 is very popular for gaming and for web browsing. I may have to give that a checking out because I've never really paid attention to that before. I just went with what the monitor was kind of set at. So, but irregardless of that, we want to get higher in a number on screen resolution from 800 by 600 to something higher. At least 1920 by 1080, which is a pretty common monitor out there. And some of you guys that have the higher end ones that are even bigger still, you know, you want to be able to get what your resolution, your monitor's resolution will give you. And what it'll do is it'll shrink the game down a little bit. You won't stop being able to see it and need a microscope, but you'll see more of the game. And the zooming and the pitch will make more sense because you'll have more space. This is the way I think of it in my head. I'm probably saying it backwards. So instead of going here and trying to find something that works, which there isn't a lot, give me a second and we'll go to where you can make a change that will really help you out while you're playing this game. So give me just a split second. All right. Well, here we are back in the config file in 911 First Responder or Emergency 4, whichever game you have. And I have scrolled to basically the bottom of the list and highlighted 2 values that are R_XRES or XRES and R_YRES, and the given values, which are mine for my monitor. Now, don't get excited about that. Excuse me. XRES stands for X resolution, Y stands for Y resolution, and you guys understand why X and Y, right? X goes from left to right, horizontal, and Y goes from top to bottom. It's vertical. And so let's say you've got a 1920 by 1080 monitor. You can, this will most likely say 800 by 600 in here if you have the base version of the game and you have made no changes. So if it said 800 by 600 in these two things, you can change them like I have done here. It's obvious that I've made those changes to whatever your monitor's resolution is. The normal resolution for you, or the resolution you use to play games. For me and my monitor, that's 2560 by 1440. It's a pretty big resolution. It's not size-wise big, but it's the native resolution for my Asus monitors, because I have two. And that allows them to go to 144 hertz, which is redraw speed, and get higher than 60 frames per second. So that's what I've set this to. And once you set these parameters and you come up here and you save, whether you're using Notepad++ like I am, or you're using WordPad, or one of the things that comes basic with Windows, or you have your own program that you like to use to do this with, change it to your resolution for your monitor that you're going to play the game on, save, and close this program out, and then go ahead and start your game. Don't try to change this while the game is up and running, because it's already loaded this information and it won't go back and looking for it again. You have to shut everything down. You have to shut the game down. You have to save your new changes in the config file and close that file. Then restart your game and it'll pick up the new values that you've inputted, and all of a sudden you'll notice a change in how you see the gameplay. Couldn't be any simpler. But because it's down at the bottom and some people didn't know where to look, they just assumed that what they saw in those two buttons in that beginning screen that you see when you start the game is the only thing that was available to you in this game. Absolutely not true. So if you got a bigger monitor than 800 by 600, give this a shot. Put your monitor values in here and see what you think about how the game plays. Super easy to do, and one of the easier changes it will probably make in the grand scheme of things. So that is it for a tutorial. Did that take a long time? I hope not. But I'm trying to take each thing one step at a time, and I've already gotten requests for other tutorials that I've got to slide in. Some will take more time because they require more action out of all of us to get the stuff done, and I've got to break them into parts because they would be very long tutorials. So with that being said, I hope you're having a great day or a great evening wherever you are on the planet. Let me know if there's any tutorials that you would like to see me do for this particular game. Or some value in here you don't understand, or something you've heard about that you'd like to know how to make that change, and I'll build that into the list of tutorials I'm doing and be happy to put it on my channel. So all that said, I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and all of you have a great day and take care.